Hey there, YouTube. It's me, Broken Terrain, and I want you to send your players to hell with this awesome 20-piece lava tile set. I'm going to show you how we make it right after the drop. Like a lot of my projects, this one started off with some sketches and planning. The planning allows me to create a modular system where I can create different shaped rivers or lakes and shorelines of lava. That's the idea, and it ends up working really well. So join me and I'll explain the journey. The first thing I do is get some 6-inch by 6-inch pieces of plexiglass. For this 20 tile set, 16 of these pieces are going to need the plexiglass. I'm going to grab my brass wire brush, and I would suggest maybe actual sandpaper, just to give it a fine sand, rough it up a little bit. This is going to allow the glue to adhere, and it's also going to play in expert mode, which I will show you towards the end of the video. It was the original concept for this project, and then I ended up going an easier, cheaper route for various reasons that I'll explain later. Now that you've got your piece brushed or sandpapered on both sides, you're going to take some corkboard from the sheets and just tear out little bits of island and hot glue them down. Have fun with the shapes. Don't be afraid to get some very small pieces. It's all going to work to make really cool visual interest, and then be playable. You want these pieces to be playable, of course. So the more cork you have, the more ground you have versus lava. So even though this has lava on all sides, so this will be one of the lake tiles, it still has some stepping stones for our adventurers and our enemies to dangerously make their way across the lava. Once you have the stones in a position or shape you like, it's time to take your hot glue gun and just put a bead of glue around the entire edge. Don't be smooth, be jagged. Allow the glue to pool in some places and be thin in others. This is going to be the lava lapping and flowing against the edges of our little outcroppings of hardened volcanic stone. Once you have the islands with hot glue around, and in later versions I would do a double ring of hot glue around, a bit more of a puddle effect, and this allowed me to weave the flows of lava with the hot glue gun in lots of interesting and different patterns. I got much better with this the longer I did it, and I started to have these really cool whirlpools and flows within the tile. It really goes a long way to sell the effect, and it's just a ton of fun to do. These tiles were amazingly fun to do, and yeah, I've got a couple more in mind, some T sections, so that the rivers can merge with the lake. But those are for future. I ran out of acrylic sheets. This is an incredibly simple craft. The hardest part is finding and getting your acrylic cut. And then you get to have all kinds of fun with all kinds of shapes. You see a river corner. This is a lake corner piece here. And I just couldn't help but start laying them out. You see one painted piece, that's part of my prototype. I wanted to make sure the set worked. A whole table and then some. I'm super excited. You can see I've got some full pieces. They're nothing but cork. That way you've got places to put down structures and questing elements, and you can have large skirmishes. I go in with matte Mod Podge and black acrylic paint and hit all of the cork and all of the edges. In hindsight, I think I might have primed the pieces before I glued them down with a black spray paint. That would have been a whole lot faster. That step took a long time. Then it was on to the airbrush. I am awful with the airbrush. I struggled and struggled. I did have some success. Clearly, all the pieces are done, but unfortunately, once I got going with the orange and the red, I wasn't filming. Sorry. With my granite gray, I'm going to go back and dry brush all of that volcanic stone. It's going to pick out all that really cool, interesting texture in the cork, and make sure you stay away from the edges that will butt to other tiles, but hit the edges where the lava is. This is going to help define and really pick out all those cool textures that torn cork has given us. To enhance the lava flows, we're going to dry brush very lightly with a matte black. This is going to pick just some of those raised areas of our lava. It's going to look like the peaks of the flows have cooled just a little bit, are starting to solidify underneath all of that red hot magma. And it really goes well with all of that texture from our hot glue. A very minimal but fantastic addition to the overall paint job. Then I ran them outside on this beautiful sunny day and hit them all with my clear coat. And now let me show you my expert mode. This was the original prototype. It's a little 6-inch square of foam with the edges beveled in. I have LEDs on 2 of the far corners, and they're wired positive to positive and negative to negative along the sides. You slip a battery in, both of them light up. And I think you can see where I'm going with this. You'll put these tiles of plexiglass and put them right on top. However, you can see they're not that bright. Let me turn the lights down. There we go. This was the original concept. I still really like the concept. The problem is it would cost a bit more in LEDs. I don't have that many. I would have to wait for the delivery, and also it adds depth to each of the tiles. Storage would be a bit more of a problem. And you wouldn't be getting this video right now. You might get it in a week or another. Also, when making the decision, I was talking to the missus, and she asked, well, how often do you play with the lights off? And I said, we don't. We don't play with the lights off. You need your light on for your character sheet, and you can take all the damage the Dungeon Master is putting out. And yeah. So I'm not completely over the light up aspect, but I really like them as is. Here you see the full set on the table. 4 of the full ground tiles. 4 of the shore tiles. And you can see the different stepping stones. I've got 2 inside corner tiles for any lake setup, 2 outside corner tiles for any lake setup. I have a 5-tile river setup, 2 corners and 3 straight pieces. And finally, for that lava lake, 3 full lava tiles with stepping stones, because you got to be able to jump and step and bound your way across a lake of lava. And I'm just going to set the table up a few ways and show you how much fun these tiles are. Man, I was just having an absolute blast trying out all kinds of different configurations. I cannot wait to send my players to hell, and I'm hoping that my storyteller is going to send me to hell soon too, so we can break these tiles out. Did you like them? I hope you did. Smash like, please. If you like this kind of content, hit subscribe so I can get you more videos just like this. Comment. Let me know what you thought. Do you have a way to improve them? Tell me about it in the comments. As always, like each other, love each other, and craft on.